In this video, we are going to be looking at some concepts for perimeter. So let's all be reminded about what perimeter is. Perimeter is the distance around a shape or around an object or around a space. In the real world, you see perimeter with fencing around a pool or around a yard, frames that go around a picture or some art, trim that might go around your window, around your door, around the flooring. So that's kind of perimeter in the real world. So I'm going to be showing you a few different examples here of how we solve for perimeter and what that might sound like in a word problem. So here, for this first example, a lot of times kids will see this first example like this and they'll think, oh, I'm going to multiply 7 times 2. Because when they see two sides, a lot of times that's all we need for area, so they might start multiplying. But we need to use these two sides to label the other sides, because for perimeter we need to add all sides. So I like to label all sides before I add all sides to make sure that I'm not forgetting or leaving any of them behind. So here with the rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So I'm going to then know if this is 7, then this one is 7. If this is 2, then this is 2. So now that I have all sides labeled, I can add all of my sides. So I'm going to do 7 and 7 plus 2 and 2. And I like to double check and see I have 4 sides and I have 4 numbers in my equation, just to kind of make sure I didn't leave anything behind. So now I can either add straight down or I can simplify a little bit and know 7 and 7 is 14, 2 and 2 is 4, and then I can use that to add my 1s and 10s. So 18 is my perimeter. Now if this was inches, it would be 18 inches around. If it was feet, 18 feet around. If it was miles, it would be 18 miles around. Let's look here at this one. Again, third graders will see this and see all the unit tiles and think they're going to start adding the unit tiles. That would be finding the area. We are going to use the unit tiles to help us find the value of the side lengths. So here I have 3 units going down, so this is a side length of 3. Here I have 4 units going across, so I'm going to have a length of 4. Now I'm going up 1, and this is tricky, and now I'm going over 1. So these are both a side. Now I'm going to go up 2, over 1, up 1. Now I'm going to go over 5, down 1, over 1, and back to 3. So I'm not going to label that again. So now I'm going to write a really long equation that I'm then going to simplify probably. So I like to just start in one spot and work my way around, again making sure I don't leave out any of the values of the sides. So I'm going to do 3 plus 4 plus a 1 and a 1 plus a 2, a 1 and a 1, and then a 5, and then another 1 and a 1. And now I'm going to simplify this a little bit. So I have a 7 here. And then I have this right here is a 4, and then this right here is another 7, and then this here is a 2. So now I only have to add 4 numbers up. So 7, 11, 18, 19, 20. So here my perimeter is 20. If it was inches, it would be 20 inches. If it was miles, 20 miles around this space here. All right, my last one here, this can be tricky. So here I have one side length and I'm given the perimeter. And I'm trying to figure out what the other side lengths are. Okay? So I don't know what this is right now. But what I do know is if I was going to do perimeter, I would add 6 plus these 3 sides. Well, I can use the 6 to figure out that this is 6. So I've already now found 2 sides. And now I don't know this, but I'm going to use this perimeter to help me. So I know that the perimeter is 6 plus this plus that. So if I start making my equation, 6 plus the 2 unknown sides, it gives me 18. So now I can know that this is the part of the perimeter I know, and this is the part of the perimeter I don't know. So I know that part of the perimeter is 12. And then the unknown part I can count on to figure out how much perimeter is left to give to the unknown sides. So here I have 6 inches or centimeters left, but now I need to remember this is for both of the sides. So I now have to actually divide that into 2 equal sides here. Now, since that was kind of going backwards, a lot of times perimeter is adding all the sides, and here we were starting with the perimeter and working backwards. I like to just check my work to make sure. So 6 and 6 is 12, and 3 more is 15, and then another 3 more is 18. So that does work. Here, I have 2 sides of 6 and 2 sides of 3. It's important to remember that if we're in a rectangle, it needs to be divided equally. So as a recap here, perimeter is going around the shape and adding all those sides up. You can use 2 sides to help you figure out the other sides. You can use unit squares to help you figure out the side lengths. And then you can also work backwards and start with the perimeter to help you figure out some of the unknown side lengths. So remember, add up all of those sides when you're finding perimeter to go around a shape.